We've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the last administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far with no inflation.
Donald Trump cannot go a day without saying that we are the hottest we've ever been. Nobody knows what he means by that. It certainly bears no relationship with the actual economy because the economy is doing very poorly. In a number of metrics, it is doing worse than it was doing when Donald Trump won re-election. In a time when people were quite frustrated about the economy, he has managed to make it worse. But the biggest thing is he claims that there is no inflation, and that has never been true during his term. And in fact, he's getting even worse news now because the global energy shock that he caused with his war of choice with Iran, that sent US inflation soaring in March. The consumer price index rose to 3.3%. That's the highest reading in nearly 2 years. So going back to before he was president, the CPI data shows energy prices driven by the spike in gasoline costs rose 10.9% from the month prior. And the last time inflation was this high was back in May of 2024. You can actually see the Trump effect here. You saw that there was between 2022 and 2023 high inflation that gradually went down and was barely on average higher under Biden than it's been under Trump, but Trump caused that big spike. He caused those other spikes earlier with the tariffs and the threats and the economic chaos and all that, but never was it as quick, immediate, and predictable as it was when he started this war. And we are seeing the effects on a global oil, Brent crude, which is what I call Brett on the Friday edition of the show. Brent crude, which was traded against $73 a barrel before the war started, traded at nearly $96 as of Friday morning. Consumers got hit with higher prices at the pump last month. Gasoline prices rose 21.2% from February. According to BLS, the agency said the jump represents the largest monthly increase since it began tracking data in 1967, when Donald Trump was just 40 years old. So that's bad. Gasoline prices have risen nearly 40% in like a month. That's absolute madness, man. This is what he has given to America. Brett, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, like he started an energy crisis. Any analyst in the financial sector will tell you that if you want to cause inflation across the board, then you need to bomb Iran and Venezuela. Like you need to cause a massive disruption in the global energy supply because energy goes into making stuff and moving stuff.
Yeah.
Like you can have localized, like if you bomb the Congo, you can cause a spike in inflation in the high tech sector because of all the cobalt, right? If you bomb like silica sand with some irradiating thing, like you can do that in the high tech sector. If you poison cows, you have problems in the beef sector. But if you bomb Iran, beef, any kind of food, any kind of manufacturing, anything gets downstream and amplified increased cost at every section of the value chain, resulting in this. And it's so stupid. And also add to that, everybody is so tired of him saying he's winning. They said we were gonna be tired of winning. Well, we obviously know we're not winning. We're tired of you saying we're winning when I go fill up my gas tank and it costs like $100.
Yeah.
That's losing. Stop pissing on my leg and calling it an open strait of Hormuz.
That almost works. But yeah, you're totally right. You immediately made me think of Vizzini and the classic blunders. The most famous of which is never get involved in a land war in Asia, but only slightly less well known is this: never start bombing Iran if you don't want gasoline prices to go up, you big dumb idiot.
I hate to break it to you, John. A war in Iran is a land war in Asia.
Well, he hasn't yet done the land war part that much. We'll see. That remains to be seen.